Welcome back to 6:13. Well, hundreds of bikers will take to the streets of Zionsville this weekend.
Yeah, and registrations are apparently through the roof for Bike to Be Heard, which is setting out to bring awareness to social justice and diversity.
Carlos actually joins us live from Zionsville, and I know you got to hear how this all came together, Carlos, so it's really pretty cool.
It is really cool, Julia, and it happens here in Zionsville, and it's a collective thing that Aaron Williams started, and he contacted the police departments here in Zionsville and in Carmel to get everybody on the same page and together. But when I talked to him yesterday about this big event which takes place Saturday, the first thing I had to talk about was the obvious thing: Carmel and Zionsville, not too ethnically diverse. Hold on, Zionsville, Carmel, not the two blackest places in Indiana.
So one of the reasons that we started the bike ride and wanted it to go through Carmel and Zionsville is because the population of blacks is very minimal, and what we're trying to do is encourage our white, neighbors and residents to be allies. So we need them to understand more than anyone the need to celebrate diversity and inclusion. So we picked these two cities intentionally for that, because so many people feel like, hey, what is it that I can do? They may not feel comfortable going to a rally. They may not feel comfortable going to a protest, but what can I do to engage and bring my family to an event that supports diversity, inclusion, and promotes social justice, but also doesn't put me in an awkward predicament? And for us, as members of the black community, we need white allies more than anything to help bring about the change that we're desiring.
You're not just shutting down some side streets, you're shutting down a major street.
We're shutting down Michigan Road 421. We wanted the individuals that live in these communities, that work in these communities, to understand and see the significance and importance of this ride. So when you're riding down Michigan Road this Saturday at 8:30 p.m., you're going to see over 350, nearly 400 bike riders riding down Michigan Road, promoting social justice. And I think one of the most interesting yet intriguing parts of that is you're going to see members of the law enforcement community intertwined and riding their bikes with their families.
And you've already had some conversations with police officers here in Zionsville, in Carmel.
So we've been in constant contact with local police departments within Carmel and Zionsville. They actually have been integral partners in what we're doing, and they understand the need and necessity for us to come together and unify as a community. Obviously, the racial tensions that have been going on in our country the last couple of months have put things at an all-time high, and both sides are trying to work together to say, hey, what is it that we can do within our respective positions to really understand how we can move forward together.
So you have nearly 400 bike riders. What was your goal?
Our initial goal when we started this off was just a small community ride with about 100, no more than 150 people. After the word got out, we're nearly at 400 riders, and we still haven't shut the registration down, so we're anticipating a pretty large turnout.
You're a Zionsville resident, and you had quite a negative experience when it comes to a bike ride recently.
As I was riding my bike here in Zionsville, I was accosted by two individuals on a bike trail, and had a third individual spit at me from what I can only perceive as being racially motivated. And I took that as an opportunity, one, to educate so many of my neighbors and friends about enduring racism. After some conversations with the mayor and the chief of police, I said, hey, I need our community, our town, to understand diversity is needed and it's important. And with their support and collaboration, we were able to pull this event off. But I think even outside of this event, I've been able to work directly with the mayor's office and the council, president, and even the chief of police to say, what is it that I can help personally do to increase diversity, to promote inclusion and equity for everyone?
I gotta be honest with you, I love talking to Aaron. He's a great guy. And one of the things, Julia and Dustin, that we talked about was it's okay to talk about race without getting angry. You don't have to be, mad at the world to talk about race relations today. And that's what this whole bike ride is about. It's about white people and black people coming together and talking about diversity without everybody getting all mad at each other. And he's hoping that that's going to be the way it is. And he's really happy that the police departments are not only involved, but they're going to be riding side by side with everybody on Saturday night at around 8 o'clock. Dustin, Julia?
Yeah, and what's so encouraging, Carlos, is that there's been so much interest. As you mentioned, registrations are through the roof for this thing.
Yeah, I can't believe they wanted 100 people. They got 400, and it's still growing. And we got a link at WTHR.com if you want to register for this Saturday night. All right.